Okay.
Just a little,
Let's see how we do.
whatchamacallit? Just gonna reassure the players, you know, sometimes they're a little bit worried. It's like, man, if I get lags on a different server, and it's like, yep, don't worry about it, mate. If it's not a server that, if we go in and it's the wrong server, don't worry about it. We'll just remake the lobby.
Yeah, it should be on C, right? This game?
Yep, definitely should be.
Sweet.
Both Chocobot and Demi, Demi being from India and Chocobot being from the Philippines. Both of them do get much better ping to Singapore than they do to any of the Australias.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Alright, looks like we are ready to go, and let me know if I lag out when I'm speaking, yeah?
You sound a lot more stable right now.
Yeah,
So,
I just don't want to do it. Alright,
Yeah.
so I can calm down. Okay.
Yeah, just calm down, man, you know?
Yeah,
Senor
alright?
Pato will tell you what to do.
Pato. Okay,
Pato.
so this is, I believe, the second match from I mean, sorry,
the
second time
these two players are facing off.
Yeah, I was
believe
gonna say
so.
this is the second GPO that Nux has participated in.
Yeah, it is. He did sign up last week. I do believe that he faced Demi in either the semifinals or the quarterfinals. Yeah, mercy please. He did express some concerns, because he knows who Demi is. Like, Chocobot is a pretty high level player, high ranking player, but and because. No, not in spite of that, probably because of that, he's played against Demi and Ladder a couple times, and so, yeah, I wonder what the record is.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe they don't. Like, I know Demi, he ladders a lot in Korea, but it is cool to see kind of like these players interact with each other or have the opportunity to play against each other in tournaments like this, whereas otherwise they wouldn't, right? I know that that players like Chappie and Oreo and stuff, they ladder exclusively on certain servers, and you know, they don't get to have this kind of practice with other Australian pros, right?
Wait, who's that one who's that one Australia player who plays on EU? And Kerwin runs into him every now and then on ladder.
Run Amok, I think.
Run Amok, that's the one.
Yeah.
Run Amok, the one Australian player who's like, yeah, I don't care about ping.
Yeah, I don't understand why. It's odd to me, but you know what? Good on him. Alright.
By the way, this player that is the teamless, right?
Nah.
Filipino player, Nux or Chocobot. The other one being the one that represents Team OSC Elite, playing from India, and the 4-time GPO champion, Demi.
Yeah. Am I
By the way,
messing up?
No, it should be good. By the way, speaking of ping, I remember when Claire was telling us that he decided to ladder on EU because he thought that playing at a ping disadvantage would pay off, because eventually he's gonna play on like low ping and be like, aha, the leg weights have come off. No, you get used to the leg weights. You get used to the leg weights, and then all of a sudden you don't know what to do with your newfound freedom.
Exactly. I play a lot on US West. I play basically exclusively on US West. And whenever I play on Australia, like in tournaments like this, it's frightening. Yeah. Like in MSO when I played against Lumia and stuff like that, it was scary, because I'm like, oh my god, everything's going so much faster. Like, what's happening? Like, oh god. Like, yeah. You do get used to it.
Too used to it.
In some ways, yeah.
Alright, Demi definitely looking to be the aggressor this game. That's a very quick +1 melee.
Yeah, this is going to be a Ling Flood, 100%.
100%.
Yeah, Chocobot, or Nux, he is getting a banning nest to defend against this, which is good. It does depend on whether he can make the bannings in time and save them from like random lings that Demi's gonna send in to try and trigger them like preemptively. So it's gonna be all about control right now, like this Ling Bane like micro. But I'm a bit worried because Chocobot, you know, he's getting a third base. That third base isn't going to play into this at all. You know, that those minerals would be better off like making more queens or making more spines if he knew that this attack was coming.
If only.
Yeah. Which can be hard to spot. Because that Evo chamber is hidden in the main, behind the mineral line. So you would have to like send in Lings or sending an Overlord, and once you spot that, then you'll know what's happening. And he is coming in with Lings.
To turn a little bit, but he does
oh
want to
no,
go in, but he is taking
going
a little
around.
bit of a different path.
He's gonna see it. He's gonna spot it
now, and he sees that it's researching.
Yeah, he
must
should
be
know.
Thinking, oh lordy, lord.
Yeah, and immediately he creates a wave of Lings, but again at the same time he's being a little bit too greedy. You know, he's getting Lair, which he cancels, which is good. And he's also getting a Roach Warren, which again I don't think will play into this too much because this attack is gonna happen right now. And he's making Banes, but they're not ready yet. And oh my god, here come the Lings.
The Banelings do not take that long to morph. Very good start out here, but Demi has to be extremely careful. He is the player who's playing without Banelings.
Oh god,
All right, now we see. Someone
keep anchoring. Papi, make more units. Make roaches. God damn it. All right.
I think Demi has realized that this is a little bit of a bust. He's starting to cut his losses a little bit, or he could.
Yeah, he's
just
getting
go
ready
straight
to
into
defend
Aspire.
himself. Oh my god. What? Wow.
True base muta, baby. That's
Full
what
base
I like
Muta.
to see.
This can straight up win Demi the game. Chocobert, Nux has to do a couple of things. He needs to spot this Spire and scout again, which it can be hard to tell whether or not something like this is happening. Like you have to like these things need to like click in your brain. Like hold on, he's not getting a Roach Warren. You know, like maybe the gas count is off. Like why does he have so much gas but no Roach Warren? Stuff like that. The third being so late. Like this can really easily blindside you. So he needs to try and scout this and then either like prepare accordingly to defend or push out with roaches and try and kill Demi. But I don't know if he's gonna have the opportunity to do it.
Yep, I don't think that switch has clicked just yet. I was worried for Demi for a little second, but right at the end thinks, wait a minute, I shouldn't move my entire force up a ramp.
Yeah. And Demi, he's doing a good job at keeping Nox at home. You know, make like poking in and out, and
yeah, this also helps to change up how Nux sort of thinks, where he's thinking, all right, he's being very aggressive. He is probably concentrating a lot on this aggression. He can't have that much back at home, can he?
Yeah, but I think that did click because now he's getting spores everywhere. He's getting +1 range. He's getting his Hydralisk Den. So I don't know if he spotted it or if he acknowledges, hold on, this is just pure Ling Bane. He has all this gas. Like maybe he knows that. Yeah. So I imagine without seeing it, he knows that mutas are on the way. I mean, now he knows.
Now he does,
so, yeah. But before that, I mean, because he is prepared now. He does have spores. He does have the Hydralisk Den. So he is already transitioning into a force that can defend against these mutas. Instead of outright just losing the game, which we have seen on this channel before.
But this might be how Demi gets his damage in. If you can't get economic damage, get some supply. Or if you can't get drones, get some supply.
And again, like he's transitioning out of this already. Like Demi has these mutas. He's got a Hydralisk Den on the way. He's got lurkers on the way. Yeah, exactly. Like he's transitioning out of this and will be ahead tech wise because Nux is still like, catching up.
Man, he is absolutely forcing Chocobutt to play a composition that he wants him to play.
Well, he's making him play like his game, right? Like he's like fucking playing. He's playing the music and he's forcing him to dance, man.
He's 10 steps ahead of you, and you don't even know. I'm 10 steps ahead of you, and you don't even know what game we're playing.
You know what he is? He's the fucking shark, mate. He doesn't stop. He doesn't stop.
He doesn't stop.
He just keeps going. He doesn't know how to stop.
Well, actually, that is inaccurate because in nature, sharks typically take a bite out of humans and then decide that they don't actually like the taste and leave. He's a shark, mate. He's just gonna keep going.
And here he comes in with, trying to do as much damage with these mutas, keeping Nux at home again.
All of his roaches back.
Exactly. Yeah, he was in the middle of moving out, and I don't know if he like all army hotkeyed or if he decided to just come back home. He was too afraid to move out. In saying that, he is expanding. He is getting another base, but again, that gets spotted by the mutas.
Killed by or cancelled by the mutas, rather.
Yeah. And again, we have Demi. He's already getting his fourth up. Like it's basically done. And at the same time, he had just cancelled Nux. So
Nexus, yeah.
yeah, and he's got lurkers out already. Like he's set. He's set. It is gonna come down to Nux, spotting this, realizing where he is, like, in comparison tech wise, and trying to work around this because lurkers are very positional unit.
Yeah, I don't think he even has the idea now. Is getting his own little lurker den, but to what end, I suppose? Probably wants it to support the ground army. He knows that Demi hasn't sent in an entire swarm or problem Mutalisk into his base, so he probably knows, alright, something is up. He is building something back home. But he doesn't quite know what it is, because again, those Mutalisks force the Overlords back into the base, his own base.
Yeah, I really don't like how long Nux has had this force of roaches. Like, they haven't done anything, they've just been dead supply. And he hasn't been able to use them effectively to do anything. Like, ideally, you send these out, like, 3 minutes ago to, like, try and harass and deal damage while the mutas are harassing you, because, like, what are the roaches doing? They're not doing anything, right? Like previously. they're just kind of a waste. And the longer it goes on, the worse they are, because they take up so much supply, where that could be like lurkers or hydras or lings or I don't know, anything else, right? Like something other than roaches, because the game has progressed far beyond that. Like roaches aren't that useful anymore. And he's stuck with so many of them.
This constituted good use of your roaches then.
I like this. There's no Lord speaking. Yeah. Oh my god, but here he comes.
Wait a minute. This is the big engagement. Yep. This is with more than likely going to be the big engagement that decides this game.
Yeah, and he's morphing.
Threatening.
He's morphing all these lurkers, but they're in an exposed position, and like they're not going to get done, are they? Even if they are, it's too late. He already lost his fourth. Like damage has already been dealt. Like this is exactly what Demi wanted, and if he gets more, it's like a bonus, right?
I do agree with that.
And we've got mutas attacking the Mineral Lion as well. Like,
scratching Chocobot's attention thin, trying to go for a flank, but Demi has already retreated.
He's already repositioning.
That's the classic Hydralisk skin.
Yeah.
Looks fantastic. Looks fantastic.
And now he's moving in to deny the fourth. Again, like Nux is not getting a fourth. Meanwhile, Demi's already getting a fifth base. Like he's fine when it comes to economy.
Ahead, far ahead. This is all. What is that upgrade that's researching on the lurker then?
Oh, that's lurker range.
Ah, alright. Well, this could definitely spin, turn Demi's advantage to a massive advantage. Holding the ramp is good, but how good is it when you can just besiege them?
At the same time, those overlords finally drop roaches into the main to deal some damage, but there are already hydras there to defend. Yeah.
13 drones do go down, and without looking at the colors, I just assumed that they were from the side of Demi from those roaches, but nope, they were from the side of Chocobot. Alright, a last act of desperation, trying to do something with this Roach Hydra force, but I just don't see it happening anytime soon. The flank is coming down from Demi, and he is completely sandwiched his army. Chocobot gonna try to retreat, but he's gonna have to go through this wall of spines.
There's so many spines!
And the blinding cloud, just to add insult to injury.
Wow. Like, it just goes to show, like, how far ahead Demi is, right? He's already got Vipers, he's getting range for Lurkers, he's getting a greater Spire, he's Nidusing across the map. Jesus Christ.
He's just doing everything.
Yeah, and he's got enough forces here to defend against Nux main army. Like, he's everywhere.
Thanks, Vipers. And wow, GG is called. Demi. Oh. He begged him for mercy, but sharks sharks have none.
He was just like ahead that entire game. Like he was just dictating the pace of the game every step of the way.
He forced Nux to play his game. Forced him to play directly into his hands. He was always 10 steps ahead, and Chocobot just didn't know what game they were playing.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the first time I heard you not use your WASDA.
Yeah, I'm in a different room. World of Sleepers will be the next map. If you could make the lobby on C.
Yeah, I definitely can on C as well.
Yeah, I moved into a different room to try and get better Wi-Fi reception.
Well, it definitely helped, yeah.
Yeah.
So far, anyway.
Yeah, so because I'm using a laptop right now, so I just picked it up, walked into another room, and I'm just here chilling. So because of that, I do not have my WASDA, unfortunately. But it's not like I'm playing, so I don't really need it, right?
You think you do, but then what's gonna happen when an intruder breaks in? By that I mean Kuro trying to take your Milo.
You're right. I need that WASDA to fend her off.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead, I'm gonna use my laptop, I guess.
Uh-huh.
What?
Nothing, Kuro. Nothing.
You don't want me to tell the stream how you're casting these games. As he suddenly arrives to work and he just walks in with the laptop, just like lays down on the bed. The fucking laptop.
Yeah, and it's working. All right.
Yeah.
Improvise. You gotta work with what you got.
Overcome.
Yeah.
Alright. Nux is gonna be ready. Very eager. World of Sleepers, it's a great CVZ map, and I may or may not be saying that almost entirely because of that Chappie versus Sue game in Nation Wars. Chappie, the absolute mad lad. You can see why everybody's happy for Chappie, man.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Did you manage to see any,
That's why I asked you.
What was that? Yaku?
Did you manage to catch any Nation Wars?
Unfortunately, I did not. Brief me. How did they go?
I didn't watch all of the round of 24. I watched a little bit of whatever the night that Italy played. Italy just completely wrecked the competition.
Wait. Was it Italy or was it like Rainer? Like,
it was mostly Rainer, but it was mostly Rainer, to be honest. But Ryu, I think that's his name.
Yeah,
and
Ryu.
Ryu and Ryusi, or Ryusi's one of them, managed to take like a map or two from Team France. I don't remember. To whom it was. By the way, speaking of France, the blue Zerg in the bottom left-hand corner of the map. India, fun fact, once had a time where France had like 2 cities that they controlled in India, and then Britain was like, hold on a minute. And then that's the story of why France is not in India. In the bottom left-hand corner of the map, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the map of...
I thought I disconnected or something.
We have the blue Zerg, a complete godless killing machine. I actually feel like he might be offended if I call him a godless killing machine, because one time he did correct me. He was like, "You do realize I'm Christian, right?" I apologize, Debbie. I apologize. We have the blue Zerg, merciless in his assault on the Chocobot, dictating the paces of his game, playing 90 chess, always 10 steps ahead, leaving his opponents wondering what game that they're playing. He is the blue Zerg on Team OSC Elite, and representing India, we have the 4-time GPO champion, we have Demi. And in the top right-hand corner of the map, spawning in the top right-hand corner of the map, he is the red Zerg, currently teamless. So, you know, Splice, do your thing. We have the red Zerg. Ray is currently teamless and representing the Philippines. Oh, maybe that's why he's teamless, because he's full-on Team Philippines. I feel like the Filipino team could have a couple of sponsorships. Like, okay, if I'm being honest, I'm trying to think of Filipino companies, and the only one that comes to mind is Jollibee. There are more. There are probably more. We have the Red Zerg! We have known as Nux, but here in the world of sleepers, in the Emerald Dream, we know him only as Chocobutt.
Yeah. And we do see both players going for that fast third base. And we, again, unlike Chappie versus Nux, we do see deviations between these two Zerg players. So that's quite good to see, to be honest. When it comes to like an observer perspective.
Right.
Oh my, he danced. He just danced his legs. Wow.
Loitering, man.
Fearless. Chocobutt.
Absolutely.
Chocobutt dancing in the face of the shark.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna...
Look at that.
I want that to be illustrated now.
That would be good. That'd be good. Oh my, and Speed
good.
finishing up first for Chocobutt. We do
Absolutely
see
is, but Demilove using his signature pullback, getting some very good surrounds on top of Chocobutt's Lings. Gonna come in. Is he gonna dance his Zerglings in front of Chocobutt's?
Oh my god, this is a lot of Lings.
That is a lot of Lings. Chocobutt though responding inappropriately with even more Lings. Oh, those Baneling eggs are so low in health. If he can just, yep, that's one. Can he get the second?
Oh, he wastes one though.
But he does waste a couple of his Banelings, yeah.
I don't know if it was a waste though.
What?
Like I don't know if he intentionally like killed the larva on the third or if. Oh my god!
I saw that. I had my jaw. I had my
Oh my
and my eyes
god!
wide. You know, I could see the disaster that was about to unfold, and then when it happened, I just heard you scream.
I just scared Kuro with that. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Great. Holy, oh my god! That might be it. I don't know. Like, to be fair, if Demi was flooding Lings behind that, like that would have been it. That would have been it right there. But he is macroing behind it. You know, he's getting 2 evos down. He's getting his Roach Warren. But again, like after losing all those Lings, I don't know how effective it is for Chocobutt to like try and be aggressive like this. I feel like he needs to try and drone up and get ahead that way.
There's a certain type of Zerg player that goes with a mantra: if your aggression hasn't worked, that just means you're not being aggressive enough.
Me and Micah.
Micah, yep. Certainly.
I feel like that could fit quite a few Zergs. But yeah, it's pretty good. Like all these Lings are kind of like a bit wasted chasing that one Ling. And both players, they do have their Roach Warrens set up now, so we are transitioning out of that Ling Bane phase. But at the same time, we do have quite a few Lings from Demi coming across the map, hitting the third. Oh my god! Okay, it's okay.
I just hear an explosion after explosion after explosion, man. It's
okay.
Ouch.
It's okay.
Demi did sacrifice quite a couple of Lings to do that, but on the other hand, he also basically reset Chocobutt's Ling count, his base count as well, and now he has way more in army supply, and certainly way more roaches.
That's the thing, like, Demi keeps getting ahead in these Ling Bane trades, and because of that, like, Nux is forced to waste more and more lava, replenishing his Ling count, so he doesn't die, right? And because of that, because he's been so inefficient, because he's had to cut workers, like, or remake workers, like, he's behind in army supply now. There are so many more roaches coming out from Demi. And oh my god, they're getting into the middle line as well.
6 drones, and GG immediately. You gotta give me some time, man. You gotta give me some time in your... Oh lordy Demi, gonna be our upper bracket finalist, or second upper bracket finalist today. He is going to be facing a familiar face right now, somebody he's faced multiple times before. It is the time, Light. It is the time.
It's Azure. The rematch. The constant battle between Terran and Zerg, between India and Australia.
I feel like that's mostly in cricket, though.
In cricket and in StarCraft.
There we
and
go.
in GPO. GPO is basically cricket.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You want to go into that?
Nah, I don't watch cricket. I don't know anything about it. I couldn't tell you.
Where's Vault when you need him?
Oh my god. And in the lower bracket, just as a little update, we do have Chappie going up against Vivid.
Not again.
That's...
Not
Yeah,
again.
yeah. You do see them go at it quite a bit.
And by that we mean we see them have 2 series against one another.
Yeah, yeah. Alright, well...
That's enough. That's enough games played, right?
So, this will be on Disco Bloodbath. The first game should be on Australia.
I wasn't sent to Australia.
Do you want me to decline? You can remake.
Sure, okay.
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 Oh,
Am I
yeah.
making this?
I think Azure has made it.
Oh, no. He's in my lobby.
Oh, okay.
I had to type in, yeah, sorry, mate. I wonder what it would look like when the emus come in. Would India and Australia join forces, stop the menace, or would they?
Is that what it takes?
Might be.
Is that what it takes? Do we have to form an alliance with the emus to take down the
Maybe.
shark?
Maybe.
In this analogy, who are the emus? Is that Singapore? Is that Nam? Who are we talking about?
I can't say that.
Oh,
I
good.
just made you lobby host by mistake.
It's so good. I'll just flip us around. Referee.
Beautiful. I'm gonna ask the players when they are ready. Oh, it's a good just wide pass. Hey, kid.
Would the emus be Chappie? Would Chappie be an emu?
They might.
He's pretty like tall.
He is. But then he's taller, isn't he? Alright,
No, but he's the shark though, and he's not Australian.
Ah, there we go. A Nancy is a sheep.
Yeah, he's the sheep.
Emu. I feel like it has to be somebody who's like from an island nation, so maybe Singapore or New Zealand or the Philippines.
We'll figure it out. Eventually,
You know what? I'm just gonna
eventually,
say Ender, because why not?
eventually, every single like C and OCE probe will have an animal associated with them.
There
That'll
we
be
go.
our goal.
That will be our goal. One of them will be the platypus, and one of them will be the. And speaking of which, the platypus, Perry the platypus, in the sort of top-ish but left-ish. No, it is the left, but sort of top-ish, but not at the top left-hand corner of the map. But also, you can also say that it's the top left-hand corner, but it's not, you know, the top left-hand corner. It's a sort of corner that is in the top left, but not the top left corner. All right, this is the top left-hand corner. It's basically where the natural is. Yep. And you know what? You sent the drone down. Let's just go in the top left-hand corner of the map, spawning in the top left-hand corner of the map. Four-time GPO champion, the Shark himself. He is known for his Demon jackets and jeans, and also for being the Shark himself. The player from India representing Team OSC Elite. I'm now realizing I forgot to update casting tool, but it should be fine. We have Demi. And in the bottom, you know what? Oh, he's still not got a natural base yet. And like this sort of bottomish, right-ish area of the map. Come on, SCV, build natural, build
like
natural,
4
build
o'clock
natural,
position?
build natural. Yeah, it's sort of, it's sort of like the 4 o'clock. You could argue it's like the 3:45 o'clock position of the map. There we go, bottom left-hand corner of the map. Thank you, SCV. We have the blue SCV Terran. Representing I'm gonna say Legacy Esports. Yeah. But he's not actually representing Legacy because he has no clan tag. But he is part of Legacy Esports, so please don't try to contact him for any recruitment because he is already on a team. That team being Legacy Esports. He is the blue Terran representing Australia, and we'll figure out an appropriate nickname, nickname for him later on.
The Echidna.
The Echidna, Knuckles. He is Azure. Ahai.
Beautiful.
Wait, he doesn't need an animal acronym, does he? Because he's Azure Ahai.
What's that? Is that an animal?
He's Azure Ahai.
What does that mean?
He's Azure Ahai.
Alright then. So we do see Demi getting a very fast third out. I believe this is an opening that Solar coined, where you manage to get the third base down before the Reaper gets across the map, and you still like have enough to defend against the Reaper to like deny him from killing your drones. So pretty standard, I guess. Pretty standard opening
build where it's 3 hatch into Overlord speed into Cerulean speed, but Solar probably does this well.
Yeah, the Clash build. All right, it's all
Solar
good.
build.
Yeah. And out of Azure, we do see a 1-1-1 coming out. So, Yaku.
1-1-1. You do see those Hellions marching across the map. Okay. I actually saw a guide today from Kerwin.
Okay.
Which is a 1-1-1 10 Hellion, 4 Hellion in the main 6 in like the third base sort of build. I don't remember a goddamn thing about it.
So I was about to ask you, are we going to see BCs?
Yeah,
there's already a Fusion Core.
Yeah. I mean,
and
gonna get patched soon, so may as well make the most out of them.
And Demi does scout it with his fast Overlord, so he does know that this is a 1-1-1 with a BC follow-up. So he should be able to react accordingly, get enough queens to defend, get spores if he needs them. Like this should be okay. Like ideally, this doesn't deal game-ending damage. In saying that though, depending on how Azure uses them, where he teleports to, like he could still like find some damage regardless.
Absolutely about that. There's always that one little angle that you can sneak your firepower in. When BC already is being made, and Azure just trying to threaten anything that comes too close to the edge of creep with these Hellions.
Yeah, trying to deny. Oh, but he does commit though. He does go all the way into the natural, and he almost got sandwiched in. He has to be careful. Didn't lose anything though, so that's quite good.
It definitely is.
Yeah, he does manage to get out with all his forces.
Yep, coming in now to reinforce these. Kind of wish we saw a medevac just because then I could say, hey Kerwin, you remember that build that you uploaded yesterday?
Yeah. We do see some pretty heavy commitment to these BCs though. Yamato cannon on the way as well. So you know he isn't looking just to harass a little bit. He's looking to probably make a couple more BCs and make it a part of his push, like with his main army.
That is now going to go for a bit of multi-prong BC in the main, not finding too much damage, but is being a bit of a distraction.
Yeah, forces a drone pull.
Almost gonna get a queen. As you said, it did force that drone pull. But for the most part, not too much. I mean, Demi's attention is... Azure is attempting to stretch Demi's attention, but Demi is resolute. He knows what to do in this sort of situation. He knows how to respond, and he knows how to keep composed. It's not his first time getting BC 1-1.
Yeah, the BC did go into the main and did try and deal some damage, but there were queens in position to deny him. As they are again, oh my god, they may be able to snipe him if he doesn't teleport away.
Is on cooldown. It's not anywhere close.
Oh god, he's gonna lose it.
Closer into the queens.
Wow.
So close.
Okay. Yeah.
But he manages to keep that BC alive for the time being.
Yamato Cannon does finish, and he does continue to pump out more and more BCs, as well as Cyclones. So he's going full battle mech right now. And we do have army, so potentially we will see Hellbats as well with this army. I'm not too sure. I'm not too familiar with mech.
Yeah, I mean, when you go Cyclones, you typically don't get Hellbats because Cyclones and Hellions are around the same speed. Hellbats are not.
Yeah, it's fair. And we do have Demi coming in with this Overseer and scouting out and confirming the army composition and what exactly Azure is going for. And in response, Demi does have his Spire out. He's getting Corruptors, as well as Roach Ravager. So we will see that, and ideally the eventual transition into Broodlords. So we're gonna see some mech. Gonna see some mech against Broodlord Infestor, I imagine.
Yep. Oh, my favorite compositions.
Look, it's gonna happen unless it doesn't.
That's my mantra throughout all of existence.
Yep.
It's gonna happen unless it doesn't.
Yeah, and we do see this Hellion Force coming out, but they do get spotted by the Lings. So again, Demi's gonna be ready with his Roach Force to push this away. At the same time, we have BCs hitting the main, trying to deal some damage there. They do kill the Queen, they kill some Spores, but there are Corruptors.
Jump if need be. There are Corruptors, and that's enough to force that blink away. And it also forces Azure to not commit so hard on that sort of push. He wants to build up a decent Cyclone count before making any big decisions.
For sure. I mean, it's hard to try and push in with this sort of army into Roach Ravager, right? Like, Hellions don't do so well. You do need a higher Cyclone count, ideally, to like kite away and abuse that range that they have once locked on. But yeah, like the longer this goes on, like Demi, he's working on getting Hive, and once that Hive is done, you know, we're gonna see Greater Spire, and then eventually that Broodlord. So we will have to see either like a Viking switch or Thor's come out of Azure, like eventually, right?
Probably, yeah. I mean, as a wise man once said, Cyclones are weird. They do really well against certain things, but they do really bad against others. Hasn't got Blue Flame yet. Sure doesn't. I'm now realizing.
Yeah. Does that like increase flat damage or just bonus damage against light?
Bonus damage, I believe.
Okay. We do see Azure coming in once again, trying to poke in, deny creep, you know, deal as much damage as he can, but this
nice lines for these Hellions. But does get pushed back once again. Gonna consolidate his BC forces, try to get something done. Now switching into tanks. I quite like this, actually. Splash damage is just pretty good.
Yeah, at the same time that he's harassing with this main force, he has his BCs once again going into the main, trying to do what he can, but his main army is getting caught out by by this Roach Ravager.
Yep.
I don't think he's trading too well.
Pouncing on top of the BCs, manages to get one, or one went down.
Yeah, one went down. He didn't tactical jump fast enough or react fast enough to save his BCs, or that one BC. But Yeah, I think overall he traded fairly well, but again, like he's trading army for army, and ideally, you know, he's trying to get more than that. He's trying to get in and deal some economic damage to try and slow Demi down, but he's not slowing down. Like he's getting that greater spire. He's got a good like corruptor count. Those broodlords, they're coming. They're coming, mate.
Oh lord, they're coming.
When they do, I don't know if Azure is gonna have what it takes to stop it.
Well,
Yeah.
he is trying to get some run-bys done. He does realize now.
I like
oh,
this.
Yeah, I need to take out his income.
Yeah, but again, like
Couple
they
of
don't deal
drones
it.
here
They
and
didn't
there,
kill
but-
any.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Those turns went down somewhere. All right. Okay. Yeah, and the BCs come in once again. Oh, I thought he was gonna Yamato the Queen, but it's so good.
That is all good.
Yeah, he kills
He might
one
kill
drone
his
though.
hive.
He might. Where are the
Might get his
corruptors?
hive. The corruptors are now on their way. They should be able to chase these BCs back, but if he can Yamato this hive,
Okay,
but
okay.
he takes the smart decision to warp them away. quick as
Yeah, and he
can.
goes all the way across the map to the other base, and the corruptors, you know, it's going to take him a while to get back. So potentially he can deny and kill this base in its entirety.
Absolutely can. He even has these cyclones here as a deterrent for the corruptors, and the tanks just sort of get some damage done on the ground army, soften them up a
Yeah.
little bit for the Hellions.
But now he's cornered.
Denies
The
this.
Zerg armies, it's looking to attack. It's looking to pounce in. Like there's no way out for the Terrans, so he's gonna have to fight, unless he manages to sneak
There is
around.
not, and this might be that position that Demi wanted to exploit. Nice little run by coming down into the exposed wall, but a lot of them actually focus on trying to take out a single tank there, and he gives the Hellions enough time to come in and clean up.
And we do see that Thor transition coming out of Azure, so he will have that. He will have a decent count for Broodlords if they decide to come out. In saying that, we still don't see that tech trend. Oh, never mind. There we go. It's 4 Broodlords being morphed as we speak. But it could be too late. Azure is already pushing into the space, and uncontested.
Okay, there is still quite a bit of a ground army, but
Yeah, but he kills the base.
he does kill the
He can
base.
just leave. Just get out. Just go around. I'm a little bit.
Do? Oh,
Yeah.
these Brew Lords. I thought
They're a
for
little bit
sure-
exposed.
Yeah, I thought for sure those BCs were gonna pounce, but yep. Let's see. I guess he didn't realize that there were Brute Lords morphing over there.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
So he
And we
makes
see.
a smart choice to move away, given the circumstance that he's aware of.
Yeah, we see Azure scanning to see where the next base is, to see if he's expanded to the south. And we see from Demi
Joke's
he
on
hasn't.
you.
He's
Yeah, joke's on you. He hasn't expanded at all yet.
yeah. Demi's kind of being confined. Oh my god, how those Bane hits. But we do see that Demi's being confined to 4 bases. Like right now, he's double expanding. He's trying to get one up. But if Azure sees this and if he denies these once again, like Demi's going to start starving for minerals,
Yep.
for resources, I should say.
Yep, that is the intention of these sort of roaming cyclones to try to catch
Yeah.
any potential building drones. Did not notice this base here in the sort of west sort of hand of the map.
Yeah, but
Or
Azure
the
does
north.
have a force moving in position. These BCs could come across that base and deny it. At the same time, we do have the Cyclones going towards the north base. They do run into it, so potentially they will kill that. They
Oh,
deal
yeah,
with
they
a lot of
absolutely will.
damage. Yeah,
4 cyclones of maglev will melt any base.
yeah.
That's not to mention what 6 of them will do. And the species, once again,
Oh my god, are they going to get caught out?
They do
Oh,
get
God,
caught
teleport.
a lot of teleports on and
Save
as
them all.
instructed.
Yeah. And again, we still have this Cyclone force harassing where they can. In saying that though, Demi is securing that northern base.
For now,
after that
he
first,
is.
yeah. For now.
This is
But
going to
yeah.
turn out worse for him if he does manage to let that finish and is unable to cancel it.
Yeah,
Keyword being
I'm a little
if.
bit. yeah, for sure. But I'm a little bit worried when it comes to Demi's army composition. I don't believe he has any infestors yet. Like he's
not.
maxed out And I don't think he has exactly the army that he wants. He's got Broodlord Ravager, but that's
Well, he
it.
is.
So I'm not.
He is getting the Infestor upgrade, so it is on his mind.
Yeah,
For sure. Well and maxed out. Looking to. I don't know, man. Azure is still gonna have to be tricky about his engagements. That's a nice tank count. He is using, or rather, he is using his tanks as a nice little sort of safety net for
and
these
this
Cyclone run by forces.
And this is
really
nice
good
catching
positioning.
all of these like spines while being morphed, and he's gonna get the base. Oh my god! Wow.
Just cycle around. There we go.
Cyclones do a disgusting amount of damage. Like Jesus Christ.
The buildings they do.
Yeah. So he's doing a really good job at starving Demi out. I say starving him out. He does have quite a bank and he's maxed out, so he doesn't need those resources right now, but he will soon. After the first major fight, unless he wins it outright, we'll see. Can we get a look at Azure's army? Like I haven't really seen what his army composition looks like. Like what are we dealing with? Like what does Azure have?
He sacrificed a lot of his Cyclones and Hellions in exchange for more BCs and tanks. Got a couple of Thors that he built early on for some when he was worried about the Brute Lords, and other than that, he just went completely ham on SCVs. 81 he has. No wonder his army supply, or not his supply, but his army itself, even maxed out, looks so lacking.
Yeah, he's continuing to pump out more and more BCs. He's got 2 more on the way. Is that what you want? Like I'm not a Terran player, and I don't play this style very much. Like are BCs?
I would say no, just to appease Steel in the chat, but it is said once you get a critical mass of BCs, anything is unstoppable.
Yeah, I'm just a bit worried. Like I don't know how well these BCs are going to do against all these corruptors. More importantly, all of these infestors. Now he's finally getting all these infestors out, and they can neural. Like all these BCs, like they're not going to do anything if they get neuraled and they start fighting against him, right? Like I don't know how well this army composition is going to do. And I guess we'll just have to wait and see, right?
Yeah, well, looks like we won't have to wait that long. These armies are already just staring at each other from across a lake, pretty much.
Yeah, and he sees all those infestors as well. He's scanned and he knows what he's up against. And
go spell.
Yeah, he backs off. Like I don't know. Like this army is terrifying to me. Like he's got that Broodlord Infestor going on, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Now you know how it feels like to be a Terran player.
Well, like the thing is, I don't know if I agree with this army composition. Like I don't know if he will do better with like more Ravens or Ghosts for EMP, right? To EMP the infestors.
I would always think that Ghosts are a good choice, but then again, I am a little biased.
Yeah, and I don't know how viable they are if you're like meching, right? And like,
well, Ghost Mech is a thing where when you get to the extreme late game scenario, it's basically your only relevant spellcast. So like Ravens are good, but most of the use you're going to get out of them is in that mid game, that mid to late game. Once you get to the extreme late game, it's better to have these ghosts to counter enemy spellcasters rather than having spellcasters of your own.
Oh my god, this might be it.
This might entirely be it. That is man, I wish that I had EMP with the upgrade because man, oh man,
here come the neural parasites.
A lot of neurals do go down. Not enough BCs to take out, not enough units to take out those infestors that are actually neuraling the army. And these corruptors just pounce right on top of that. A lot of BCs are starting to go down. Does try to go for a very quick warp. Ouchie. Yeah.
So this is where denying all those bases pays off. Look at Demi's bank. Look at Demi's bank compared to Azure's.
Like,
Exactly. Azure may have like fought inefficiently there, but he can remax. Demi, he lost a lot, and he's struggling mineral wise especially to remake his army. And like that's how Azure is planning to get ahead, right?
Oh yeah, no, without a shadow of a doubt. There's a reason why he just continued to attack the fringe bases, really pull exploit the sort of immobility of Corruptors. Draw them towards the BCs on one end, blink away to where your Cyclones are, hit the, whatchamacallit, base at the other side of the map.
Yeah. In saying that though, Demi does now have that that fifth northern base secured, so he is like slowly remaxing, and Azure, he needs an answer. He needs an answer to this army competition, to this Brewlord Infestor.
Saying, man. EMP and upgraded Ghosts.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, you say Ghosts, but he doesn't. That's not what Azure is going for. And it's not like that's the only thing that can work, but yeah. But it's just hard. It's hard to counterplay against these Infestors without them.
But it is without a doubt the best thing to use against Infestors.
For sure. And again, we've got some nice harass going on. 12 workers going down. Like, this is good from Azure.
A lot of bases, but he's only at 37 now, 40 workers.
Yeah, in saying that, Demi is getting that top right hand corner base. I don't think Azure can let this happen. I feel like if this base gets finished and gets saturated, like that might just be it.
He's trying to go on top of it. A lot of Yamatos do go down, trying to get some of these Infestors, but actually
here comes the Neurals
instead. Yep, once again, brilliant Neurals. Neural forces a Neural right on top of this. Debbie trying to cancel that Neural Parasites, but the Corruptors just come in and snipe the BCs before they can get those Yamatos off. The army supplies are actually surprisingly even, but these Infestors are now out of energy. But what is the solution answer to these Corruptors here?
Yeah, there are quite a lot of Corruptors, and the Infestors, they did their job, right? Like, again, he neuraled almost all the BCs and just killed the entire ground army. Like, I don't, again, like, letting these Infestors do their thing, it's...
Yeah, Azure did have a bank and he had a lot of unit production buildings, so he is now starting to get his army back, but this is still a lot of time that Demi is now taking advantage of to decimate Azure's economy.
Exactly, that's the thing, right? Like, it takes a while for Azure to rebuild, and then once he's rebuilt, the Infestors have regained their energy, and then the same thing happens again, right? Like, I feel like the way that Azure has to play this out, if he's making this kind of army, is to like try and hit a place and then quickly like go like to another place, like try and bypass the Infestor instead of having these big straight up engagements, army versus army, because it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't seem very efficient. It doesn't seem like it's working very well for him.
Well, we shall see. Meantime, once again, both and it kind of just looks like they're punching each other in the face over and over again.
Yeah, but I feel like Demi's coming out on top each time, right? And it also it was
for
very
a while,
smart.
not really, but as the game keeps progressing, then yes, definitely.
Yeah. I also want to point out that I don't know if you noticed in that last fight when Demi neuraled every single BC, or like half of them, he tactical jumped them. Yeah,
cooldown.
Exactly. So they're forced to stay and fight instead of running away. Like, it was like big brain play. Like, that was good. We do see this army once again like being rebuilt, but yeah, I don't know. I'm worried because that top right hand corner base it's getting saturated from Demi. Like, it's his now, and with that, his economy struggles, they aren't really a thing anymore. Like,
yep, as he continues to drone and drone and drone. On the side of Azure, mules are pretty good. So that's a lot of minerals that he's accumulating, but what is he going to spend those minerals on when he doesn't have a big enough gas bank? It's starting to get that gas accumulated, though, to his credit.
Yeah, I feel like this... I actually like what he's doing right now. I think this is what Azure needs to do. He needs to go around with these BCs, harass, kill a bunch of bases, because, like, nothing can stop him, right? And if something does, then he can just teleport away.
That's the hive. That is the hive. I was trying to be as enthusiastic as Pig, but I can't.
But I think this what Azure's doing is a little bit too late, because now I think Demi, he's committing to just staying and pushing.
He hasn't pushed back Azure quite yet, and
true.
I suppose that's for good measure. He has to be very careful with these Brute Lords not to just get pounced upon, especially when the infestors are nowhere nearby.
Yeah, yeah. Oh god, but looks like the BCs got caught out.
Yep, not all of... Wow, a lot of them though. What was there, like 9 BCs? Now there are only 6.
Insane that there's a lot of harass going down in the top right-hand corner. 18 workers, 21.
21. He is...
That's good.
As much as Azure keeps falling, he is starting to drag Demi down to the mud with him as this happens.
Like, this is what he needs. He needs to keep harassing, hitting a base on the right and left, and just keep Demi, like, split him apart, right? Split his attention. Maybe force him to split his army and then jump on the Broodlords, because the Broodlords are too slow. Like, they're not gonna go anywhere, right? Damn. We do have Azure expanding as well to the bottom left, uncontested as well. So you know he's been doing fine economically wise, right? This entire game. Yeah. But like this position looks really rough to try and push into. In fact, I don't think you should. Like, look at how many spores there are. Like, imagine Azure trying to fight into this with all his BCs. It's not going to go well. And this is where something like Ghost again would be so important, because you can nuke that area. Like that's the point, right? To try and stop those spore forests.
Yep. And also because of all the infestors and how they tend to clump up and EMP with the upgrade shockwave.
Exactly. Yeah. For sure. But we do see Azure killing another hatchery with his raiding BC force. It's good. Like this is what he needs to do. But he needs to be careful.
Indeed, as that happens.
Too ambitious.
Yep, indeed, as that happens, this is also a very nice point for both Thors and tanks to be upon, able to shell that base with impunity.
Exactly. And those spores don't do anything because, again, he's got Thors and tanks here. Like, his BCs are on the other side of the map. Oh, we do see some more neurals coming down, but, you know, actually, this is going fairly well for Azure.
He isn't losing too much
never mind.
so far. Never mind, yeah.
He's losing all his Thors.
But Demi is being a little bit... Oh no, that's all the Corruptors coming down on top of the BCs.
That's all his BCs.
That is all of his BCs. They are walking into Thor range, but these Thors just keep getting neural and neuraled. And on top of that, the Broodlords do...
He does kill all the Broodlords.
That is key. But he just doesn't have a lot of anti-air producing right now, other than 3 Thors and 6 battle cruisers.
No, it's okay. Look at the production tab. He's rebuilding his army. What's Demi doing? He's making a wave of lings, mate. That's what he's doing. He's got lings and corruptors. All the Broodlords got killed. Like it's just, and all the infestors, they don't have any energy.
Yeah, that is a little bit of a desperation move if you are the Zerg player after this scenario where you need to instantly remax.
Yeah. But we will see, because like once again, like the more time goes on, all these infestors that survive, they're rebuilding their energy. All these lings, like it's kind of smart because they do fairly well against Thors.
They do, but they do not do that well versus Blue Flame Hellions, though.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's gonna be a problem that Demi's gonna be facing pretty soon.
Yeah, but Azure, he's about to mine out. Like he just lost his bottom left base. That's his only mining base. Like, he doesn't really have anything going for him elsewhere. Otherwise, and he's losing so many workers. Oh my god, 23.
Ouch. But
yeah, at the same time, Demi's losing workers as well. He's got Hellions in his top right base.
What is even happening anymore, man?
Oh my god, but he's gonna lose his BCs on the bottom left.
Let's use his BCs, or 3 of them anyway. But that was just a little sort of harassment force, so it's not like he's lost too much. Demi tried to get some infested Terran out to deal with these Blue Flame Hellions, but that's not really the most effective thing. Versus...
Mate, you say that wasn't that much. I think he lost all his... Okay, he's got 2 BCs left. Like, he lost a lot of BCs against those Corruptors. But we do have Azure pushing out, and I don't think there's an army. In saying that, though, there are those infestors. There are those infestors in the top right, and we can't.
Like, they can do a lot. Decent amount of energy on them, for sure. Demi, or Azure rather, trying to find a position where he can catch Demi off guard, but he is not finding it yet.
No, he's shaving off corruptors.
Yeah, does sort of shave off the corruptor count a little bit. Demi trying to get some vision out without taking too much damage.
Yeah, the problem is, like, with these infestors, like, each one is basically a Thor. Like, each one can take control of a Thor, basically.
Thor, yeah.
And once that happens, like, it's over for Azure. Like, I don't know. It's really important that he's taking this base, though. This current base, Azure, because this is his only mining base right now. He should also be trying to take the bottom left, but oh my god,
he doesn't suspect the
he
infestors.
doesn't see him.
Instantly neuraled. Now he scans and he sees. Oh no! Why did I do that?
Oh my god!
But
oh, the Hellions are gonna get all the infestors. That's it.
That is quite a lot of damage being done. Beautiful fungal by Demi.
That's every single infestor.
Gone. And no
That's it,
looks
dude.
can be made.
GG
is called. What a game to start off this best of 3 series. Oh boy, oh boy.
Mate, he just caught.
That was the move. That was the power move. That was the power move.
Mate, that's exactly what he needed.
That was the one shot that Azure had to take that game. And he went all the way in on that. Man. Oh man. Oh boy. Hey, I gotta say, I didn't sleep that well last night. I got like a couple of hours. This game at first energized me, and then it felt like I was going too much and I was gonna crash. Like adrenaline crash.
Yeah.
I think I actually did. Close my eyes a couple of times that series. Oh boy. Light. Demi has words.
No, it's all good. I was just updating challenge. So in the lower bracket as an update, because that was a very long game one. That was a 32-minute game one. Chappie knocked out Vivid 1-0 and knocked out Nux 1-0 in a rematch.
Ooh.
So Chappie is waiting for the loser of this series. And he did just let me know to message him once his series is ready. But yeah.
Life of an admin.
But that's pretty cool, to be honest, because I was a little bit sad to see Chappie get knocked out in the first round against
Same
Nux,
here, man.
especially because
after
this
Nation
is
Wars.
Yeah, and this is like his first showing in GPO, right? But he's working his way up. You know, he knocked out Vivid, he knocked out Nux in a rematch, and now he's waiting for Azure and Demi.
Getting up in the world of platypuses.
Yeah, so we're going to have some pretty sick series between these 3 players, as there is a lower bracket. So whoever loses here will continue to fight on and potentially have a rematch in the finals.
Alright, our players, they don't even want a second to calm down from that carnage. They are eager. They're out of blood. I wonder what they'll pull off here.
Hey, I don't know. Are they gonna do it again? Are we gonna see Mech?
Oh man,
the half-hour game.
Well,
so this time Demi's gonna win, and then we're gonna go to game 3. It's gonna go again.
Well, Azure is known for liking to switch it up quite a bit. He'll go BC Mech the first game, the next game he'll go Bio, and then the game after that he'll go like Siege, traditional Siege Mech.
Yeah.
We'll see. I have a feeling he's probably gonna go Bio this game. In fact, I'm gonna say he's gonna open up Hellion Banshee and go into Bio, I'm gonna say. Speaking of which, in the top right-hand corner of the map, spawning in the top right-hand corner of the map, is the player who we are talking about, the Green Terran, playing for Legacy Esports, but not representing them here. I forgot to update casting tool again! That was a 30-minute game though, so I'm gonna blame myself too much, although I do. It is a Green Terran playing for Legacy Esports, but not representing them, but also representing the nation of Australia. He's still have a history, man, and now, let's see how it plays out. We have the Green Terran, we have Azure, already doing something very different. That's a about to get seen. And in the top bottom left-hand corner of the map, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, we have the red Zerg, 4-time GPO champion, but this was the man who stopped him many, many times. Oh, it looks like he doesn't see it. We have the red
My God, he doesn't see it.
The red Zerg, not suspecting a thing. The shark himself, playing for and representing OSC's Elite, as well as India, we have Demi.
Mate, when the Overlord was heading in that direction, I was like, oh my God, he's gonna scout it. He's gonna scout it, and this game is gonna be over just like that. But the Overlord, he misses it. He doesn't see it. He doesn't suspect a thing. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what's happening.
This Overlord here, he's about to see a single SCV and nothing else. No, he doesn't even see that. But he has seen the bunker now. It's being built, and now it's up to him to respond.
Yeah, the bunkers are being made. The Marines are routing across. Like, the bunker is finished, so he does have that anchor point to send his Marines to. And I think with that, the natural is lost.
The natural is definitely lost. Demi is gonna have to hole up in his main base. Is getting a roach horn right now? Is that an appropriate response? Like, I'm not familiar.
So he could get a roach horn and then Nidus across the map,
right?
Like, and hold the ramp. Like,
there's nothing in the main for Azure either.
But this will take time. I think Azure he took a little bit too long to send his SCVs into the main if he wanted to create a bunker up there as well. But because he created 3 down on the low ground, it looks like he's just aiming to contain and then push up afterwards. I imagine. I don't know.
It is a little bit of risk reward. Well, I suppose both of them have their own risk and their own rewards.
Yeah.
But one, I'm not sure about the whole contain idea because again, Ravagers, man, Niduses. Yeah, ain't nothing in Azure's main.
I don't know if I like what Azure's doing, to be honest. Like, I feel like if you do a build like this, it's to kill, not to deny, and then contain.
Yes, that's a lot of infrastructure that you're putting down here.
Yeah, and I feel like if you have a Zerg on one base and a Terran on one base, I feel like the Zerg is ahead in that situation. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, typical, like, rule of thumb is that the Zerg player wants to be one base ahead of their opponents of Terran or Protoss.
But against Ravagers, though...
Yeah, that could be the conceding point.
I mean, I could be wrong. Like, all these Marines could come out and then jump on all these Ravagers and kill them all.
Absolutely could.
If they had Stim. But they don't have Stim. That's the key here.
Alright, this bunker is about to go down. Oh, actually, I think one bile might have missed. Or maybe not.
Yeah, and again, we do see... Yeah, we do see Azure abandoning this position, so it looks like he will be going back home. And...
Abandoned TM. He is still keeping these bunkers alive. He is still trying to repair them. Trying to get some kind of contain up here. Meanwhile, over in Azure's base, he is... I mean, he's getting his tech up, right? But not really looking to, whatchamacallit, expand anytime soon by the looks of things.
Yeah, again, I don't...
Alright, now he's getting his CC.
Yeah, I question Azure's thought process. I don't know, because the proxy went well. Like, it went completely unscouted. He made a bunker at the natural, which I think is all you need. He should have just sent the remaining SCVs straight into the main to make bunkers up there, so then he can, push forward, right? Like, you're more or less familiar with this, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because you've practiced this before.
Well, not this specific build, but a build similar to this, yeah.
Yeah. When it comes to just denying the natural...
Yeah, in fact, when I usually proxy racks, and I don't do it often, but when I do the variant where you completely ignore the natural and you go straight for the main.
You just go straight for the main, yeah, and that could have worked better for Azure as well if he ignored the natural, made the bunker in the main, and then just push from there. But now again, because he backed off, like, these Ravagers, they're just doing free damage. Like,
Demi's counter attack could be just about what wins him the game here. But this is not an easy position to move into if you're Demi, even with the Ravagers shelling the bunker.
And again, I guess the reason why I'm so critical of Azure is because this went like the best way that it...
ground for Demi. So that's pretty good.
This went like the best way it could have for Azure. Like he proxied, it went unscouted. He got the bunkers up unscouted as well. Like this went the way that he wanted it to, which means that I guess that contain was what he wanted to do. And I don't know. I don't know if that was the right call. But in saying that, we do Azure does push Demi away, so he will get his natural up and running. At the same time, though, Demi's already getting his third. He's already got roaches up. He's already got he's already teched up in that direction. So I don't know. I feel like Demi's like looking good in this game, I would say. In saying that,
he has stabilized.
We do have Banshees coming out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he absolutely has stabilized, getting his spores down as well, just to know that he knows that the assault will never end, man. But yeah, I don't know. Azure has also gotten to the point where he is looking not necessarily favored, but still pretty strong in this proxy game. But again, he could have just ended it outright. And I was hoping he would have, because I need more water.
Not gonna lie, I told Kuro to get me water, and she got me.
God damn
While
you!
you were doing the intro.
God damn you!
You're welcome.
God damn you!
Thank you, Kuro. Thank you.
All
Because
right.
I almost lost my voice in that 30-minute game. Like fuck no.
Banshee has been scouted now, but I mean it doesn't really matter because spores are up in the base. Actually, I missed one of these Banshees actually, getting some damage done.
Oh, 2 workers and manages to get out. It's not ideal, but the Banshee does stay alive, so it can potentially come in and do some more damage later, as it is meeting up with its other Banshee. So there are 2. And yeah, it looks like out of Azure, we're seeing that BC style coming out again.
Oh, I would not really anticipate this after a failed proxy, but I mean, may as well just see how things go.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it after a failed Banshee harass, because Demi has already like made defenses for Banshees, so I feel like the BC will deal even less damage, question mark.
Yeah.
And at the same time, obviously Azure doesn't know this, but Demi is already working on a Spire, so it looks like Corruptors are already on the mind, unless he's gonna go for some Mutas, which would be crazy. He might actually be going for Mutas now that I look at his production tab.
Demi. He is the man who Muta switches. You mind if I put you on the spot a little bit to observe and solo cast while I go fix my water problem?
God, I'm on a trackpad. You're making me observe with a trackpad? Mate. Okay. Alright. So we do see Demi just positioning his army. And I don't okay. And again, like he has the defenses for the BCs, like he has the spores, he has the queens, so the BC comes in, but it doesn't do as much as he would have liked. And again, out of that spire, we don't see Mutas coming out, we see Corruptors. So he already has the answer to this. And I feel like once these Corruptors come out, we're probably going to see a push out from Demi, because he doesn't really have a reason like to fear like the Banshees or the BCs or anything like that. He can push out with his like his Ling Corruptor, and I feel like he can deal a lot. Looking at the position that he's in, he already has the 4th base. He's already joining that up as well. And I'm saying that because I'm the Zerg player, so this is this is the most that I can say. Azure's committing. You know, he's still getting more BCs out. He's getting tanks and Hellions. I don't know. It kind of depends for me, like whether or not Demi gives him the time he needs to make an army that can fight against this, right? We do have these Corruptors coming out, and I don't think there's anything to stop them. Like the anti-air that he has Marines. I should point that out. But does he have Stim? I don't think he even has Stim yet. Okay, and he's getting caught out by the Ravagers as well. He's gonna get the BC. Oh no, wait, no. Okay, he repairs it just in time. It's all good. But yeah, and again, like the Marines didn't have don't have Stim because he's going mech. Like those were just leftover Marines from that proxy. He wasn't planning to transition into bio. But he does, he does get a couple of Cyclones out. He can push away those Corruptors. And it looks like he's stopping BC production. Either that or... Yeah, and I'm okay with that. Yo, what's up?
Yep, I'm okay with that as well.
Yeah, I don't think they're what he needs right now.
No?
I feel like if he invested in BCs, it would hurt him more than help him. And I'm saying that because there's already a large Corruptor count out.
Absolutely. We saw, well, I guess World of Sleepers is a bit of a different map. It are still sort of fringe bases, but as a Zerg player, you can decide to just expand towards one location and make it a little bit harder on your Terran opponent to do some sort of multi.
And here comes the huge push. All these Corruptors are killing the CC. He's got Road Ravager, and there's nothing on the ground to stop them. He's got tanks, so he can't push in and end it. But he lost the BC as well. Like the Corruptors, they're free to do whatever they want.
Yeah. Thors are gonna try to push this back as best as he can. This is whatchamacallit, the last stand of Azure, basically trying to do whatever he can. Thankfully, he does have that good sort of unit composition that counters. He has tanks to counter the ground army. He has Thors to counter the air army. So Azure, or Demi rather, won't be able to fight as efficiently as he could. But of course, the Corruptors could just go around and do that.
Yeah, there's just nothing to stop the Corruptors, really. Like, there are Thors, but they're slow, and there's only a handful of them, so they can't be everywhere at once. They can't move in time to stop the Corruptors from doing stuff like that, from forcing the CC to lift up.
Well,
and he
trying
has...
to spread his defenses out, or his tanks out a little bit.
But he's a little bit too thin. Like, he has tanks, but he doesn't have that much to protect them. Like, if the Road Ravager jumped on his tanks, like, they would just die.
Or
like
if they just went around the tanks, because there's only one that's protecting natural right now. Gonna try to go straight for a bust, but honestly, I don't think he even really needs to. This could just be the killing blow that Demi needs.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of these Ravagers are trying to fight the ground army though, and they are being shelled by tank fire. Demi not being that careful right here. Yeah,
that was a little bit of a mistake from Demi, because I feel like he should have just ignored like that army and just gone straight into the natural, right? Like, it should have been on Azure to go up the ramp to fight Demi, and it's and instead Demi moved down the ramp for whatever reason, and Azure does survive and does push Demi back. In saying that though, like, this is kind of the inverse of last game, where last game Azure was all over the place denying bases. This game, Demi's been the one like on the attack and denying bases. Yeah.
And just like last game, we're gonna see, or in the inverse of last game, we're gonna see Azure go into heavy spellcaster usage and Demi pounce on the spellcasters in a moment of vulnerability.
Yep. But we do see coming out from Demi, we do have that Greater Spire on the way, so we will see Broodlords if it gets to that stage, but I don't know if it even will. We do have Azure going around with these Hellions, and like, he needs to deal damage, he needs to do something. Like, but I don't know if they will find anything.
For better targets, but while trying to get them, just get jumped on by all of Demi's defenses. And just building up at home, he is doing all right in that front. I mean, he is building up his army, and his income isn't doing too bad either.
Yeah, like, look at Demi, like, he's maxed out, he's got a big bank, he's got good upgrades, he's already working on 3-3
already.
Yeah, he's perfectly fine at home. Like, he's this is the ideal game for Demi.
Not the
and Azure
game for Slings, though.
Yeah, Azure does have this army, this force, which is looking pretty good. But outside of one big fight, I don't know if he has the economy to remax after it.
Yeah, I definitely don't think so. Just looking at the bank for Demi accumulate compared to Azure, who still has to spend his money to get units and infrastructure behind that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why it is that Azure sort of switched it up, or switched up his tactics instead of being that sort of... I think maybe it is what you said, that he saw the corrupt account and he thought, okay, BCs are a bad investment right now. I'm just gonna try to make a really powerful ground army and go from there. But yeah, I don't really know.
Yeah, like...
He is,
to be honest,
he is sending out these sort of Cyclone plus Hellions to do some damage though, which I like, but without like multi-pronging it, it's pretty easy for Demi to just say, yeah, no, I'm gonna get a bunch of spine crawls into one base, or something like that.
Yeah. In saying that, he does catch this base because Demi's main force was in the middle of the map. So he does kill 12 workers. So this is definitely like, you know, this is what Azure needs to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the beginning of something, of potentially Azure, you know, winning this game. But he needs to do something about the top bases as well. Like, he's hitting this bottom base, but Demi's expanding to the north. You know, his other bases are being left alone. Like, Azure needs to do more than this, I feel like, to equalize. And potentially get a better army.
Here's something that could turn out very well in Azure's favor, however. If you look at Demi, he's maxed out. He is not getting any other army. He is almost entirely Skytoss right now. He has no infestors like he did last game. If these Thors are able to jump on top of these Brute Lords, like, he has a pretty good buffer for Brutelings, right? With the tanks that are on siege, with the Hellbats. If he can just get those Thors on top of those Brute Lords, that is Demi's army gone.
Well, the thing is, I'm a little bit worried because there aren't a lot of Hellbats, so there isn't that much buffer for the Broodlords. There are tanks, but that's a very expensive buffer.
I suppose it definitely is, but look at the range of those Thors really starting to pull through. A couple of Brutelings, though, do sneak by and are starting to get some damage in. The Brute Lord count of Demi not really bled out that much. Meanwhile, Thor's just shaved off bit by bit. I think this might just be it. Demi has done it. He's tied up the series 1-1.
GG.
Sideways 1-1.
And again, as I said, like, Azure just didn't have the buffer that he needed to go up against Broodlords for a ground army like that. Like, he had the Thors, but there wasn't anything to stop the Broodlings from killing the Thors. Like, there were tanks, but that's not, you know, that's not what you want to be the buffer, right? You want Hellbats. And he had lost all his Hellbats in that run by, right? And he hadn't remade them. So
yeah, it is a choice that you have to make, which, you know, every now and then it's gonna be a bit of a gamble and you'll be making the wrong choice, whether you want to send Hellions out to harass or whether you want to keep them at home to be Hellbats and use them as a buffer. And sometimes you make the right choice, sometimes you make the wrong choice. And why am I sounding like John Madden all of a sudden? Every time you gotta make a choice, like, you know, in life, there will be times where you have to make a choice. It's between one option and the other option. And sometimes you're gonna pick one option, and that option's not gonna be the correct option, like.
Well,
I don't understand
don't...
what I'm saying to you, my son. I'm trying to teach you a lesson right here.
I don't think it was the wrong choice. Like, I agree with the run by, but the problem is that after that run by happened, Azure didn't make any more Hellions. Like, he kept making tanks and Thors, and that, you know,
he was.
Yeah.
I think he was worried about a ground army probably. When he didn't realize that Demi was already maxed out into Brute Lord Corruptor. And earlier throughout that game, that Roach Ravager force, alright, Winter's Gate gonna be Azure's map choice for the ace match. The map that he usually picks, yep. The map that he tends to usually pick, and not too many people pick either. So he's doing something right there. I can't even, I have to scroll down all the way to find Winter's Gate because it's that unpopular. And by scroll down all the way, I mean like one cycle on the mouse wheel. Right, let's get our players in there. He didn't make Marines at the start. That's a good point.
true. It's true. There are people in the mechs.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're not robots, mate.
Warhounds are.
Hey, Warhounds aren't a thing anymore. Hell, that's a bio too.
Helmets are bio. They do
Just
have
some
the
banter
biotag.
going on.
No, they do have the biotag.
Yeah, they do.
Azure. What are you talking about, buddy? I mean, I know you're Azure High, so I shouldn't be questioning this stuff, but, you know. Alright, sideways, 1-1 into the ace match.
The ace match, mate.
Azure always picks this map, man. And speaking of, Azure always picks this map. Here we have the man who picked this map. His name is Azure. He picked this map. This map, of course, being Winter's Gate. It was the pick of Azure. What did Azure pick? It was Winter's Gate. And who picked it? It was Azure. Why did he pick it? Because he lost his previous map, that being World of Sleepers, which is not Winter's Gate. It was a different map, but because of that, Azure was able to have the ability to pick the next map, and so he picked this map, of course being Winter's Gate, and the player who picked it, of course, being this player, of course, being Azure. Playing for Legacy Esports and representing Australia.
Mate, how did you make a 50-second intro of just saying the same thing over and over again? What the fuck are you doing?
It's a gift.
You okay? You okay? I don't know if I'd call it a gift.
Right hand corner of the map, spawning in the bottom right hand corner of the map. We have the Red Zerg representing Team OC Elite, as well as the nation of India. Spam this vroom for Varun. It is Demi. Already scouting his opponent's proxy, man.
Yeah,
That's
and
why
he
you don't
killed the
proxy twice in
SCVs
a
as
row.
well.
Killed the SCVs, the bunker,
Yeah.
the Raxus didn't even manage to finish building. Oh, he's playing the SCV dance here. He's doing the dance. He's doing the RNG dance. Might be able to get this one barracks out at least.
Finishes
He
it.
does.
But that's only one out of the two.
That is only one out of... Oh, Demi is moving
he's
back.
going back.
But he is producing links behind this, though. So he might be
Yeah.
still be able to deny this.
We are seeing a different kind of proxy. Last game we had proxy Marines with a bunker
3
rush.
racks.
Yeah. This time though we do have Reapers coming out instead, which I guess I like more. But again, as we saw, Demi scattered it.
Microable.
Yeah.
But Demi already
again,
getting his Roach Warren out, though. Oof.
yeah, he's already got the
no
response
factory
for it.
for
We're working towards
sure.
it. Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Yeah, potentially this could work out like worse than last game. I don't know. I can't
as
see
we-
Azure getting
I-
much damage done.
As you said earlier, in the last game, everything went Azure's way in the early game, but he was a little bit... He didn't want to sort of risk it by going straight to the main.
Yeah.
He wanted
Yeah.
to play it completely safe, and unfortunately, sometimes playing safe just isn't enough. Alright, a lot of Reapers are coming down here for Azure, and this is pretty fun to watch. Is microing them pretty dang well, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, that's what it's going to come down to, really. Like, Demi, he scouted it, he's responding to it, but despite that, Azure could potentially out micro Demi and get some damage done
Against
anyway.
Roaches, though. There's only one player in the world who I can think of that was able to do that, and unfortunately right now he is out of commission.
Yeah. Talking about Bjorn, of course.
Sure.
You're like, sure, I was talking about Ryung though,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Alright, well, Azure is starting to get defenses up to prepare against a potential Roach counterattack. He is in actually a not too bad position, all things considered. Demi being a little bit hesitant to push entirely out. Of course, there are also the slow field thingy things, which are gonna hinder a counterattack from Demi. So
Well, we
it may
do
be a
see
smart
Azure
choice.
Azure doubling down and committing to aggression. He is getting a Cyclone out, he's getting Marauders out, and he's getting
Cyclone.
Concussive Shell.
Alright, normally you would see the tank, but he could still use the Cyclone defensively, though, right? He is rallying it across the map, but I mean, you know.
Yeah.
He could use it
he's looking
defensively. Like, you know. He could use it defensively.
He's looking to push in.
Just because the Cyclone isn't positioned for defense doesn't mean it's not going to be used defensively, right?
Sure. Technically.
But this could actually be a fairly potent force for Azure. If you can get these KD8 charges down to sort of spread out the forces of Demi and then whittle down his units one by one, this could be just extremely potent. Like, Demi does see this. He wants to get his units in position. These are all Ravagers, and these actually fare quite a bit better versus Marauders than Roaches do. The assault is coming down. Biles are being thrown here and there. Very nice dodging of the Biles by Azure, but not enough damage to really take out any of Demi's forces. Nice little bit of kiting here and there. He is starting to weaken these out, but so is Demi. Both of them players being very careful, using everything, but... And just like that, we have our first grand finalist of the evening. It is going to once again be Demi, the shark himself, repeating history by taking out Azure in the upper bracket semifinal, or you could sort of say the upper bracket finals, since it is before the grand finals. But we shall see. For now, Azure will be going down into the lower bracket finals to face Papi Chappy in a best of 3 series. Let us go into that. Why not? Like, do you know that you're muted? Or is he actually AFK? He might be. Alright. Well, Sleepers is our map. And it will be Azure versus Chappy, lower bracket finals.
Hey, sorry, my laptop was just dying. I needed to get a charger, yeah.
A charger, any charger really.
Well, I tried using Kura's charger, but it's not the same.
Do you use the same laptop?
No, same model, but one's newer than the other. Mine's newer, so they have different sockets. Or yeah.
They have different design.
Yeah.
Heard it here first.
Should be good though.
Which model is it? Unless you are uncomfortable being a corporate shill. Unless they pay us.
We both have HP Omens.
Oh.
We both have the same hardware, but mine's like a newer year, I think.
Yeah, I think that next week.
Yeah.
Also, I think mine is only sold in Europe.
Ah, there you go.
Because when I was trying to look up.
Cool.
Ooh.
Also, let me know if I cut out, by the way.
Funnily enough, I heard you crystal clear, but Kuro was the one who cut out from your mic.
Ah, okay. That's probably because she was further away. But yeah,
Probably.
I imagine.
No, it was like your speech was sped up.
Ah, okay.
Unless she just does that every now and then.
Yeah. She every now and then she just speeds up her voice.
Yep. Azure is asking for a quick little second.
Nothing.
Didn't specify how long, so we're just gonna assume that he will be back in like a minute.
Hold on, I'm just gonna restart my Wi-Fi.
Sure thing. While we do that, I shall remind everyone to hydrate your hydras, stretch your roaches, join our Discord server, follow us on Twitter, and contribute to the Matcherino page down below. While I do that, I'm trying to fill up time, but at the same time I'm trying to fanboy over to Chappie, which is not too easy to do.
Well, I mean, again, like, this is the first time, you know, we get to see Chappie really perform, you know? Unfortunately, we saw him go down, but, like, off stream, like, he's been tearing it up in the lower bracket, and now we get to see him play against Azure, like, you know.
Yeah. I can't tell if that was you ending your sentence or you turning off your Wi-Fi. I'm gonna assume it was the latter, because you aren't responding to me right now, but... Yep, I'm pretty sure that Light has just gone to restart his Wi-Fi. That is, may as well. I'm just gonna wait for Azure to come back in. By the way, speaking of the tournament and seeing people sign up, if you happen to be in the C region, you can sign up for the Grand Platypus Open as well next week. It is C region plus Hong Kong plus India will be at this time as well. Well, we started about 2 hours 40 minutes ago, and yeah, it is. There is no MMR limit, although it is a regional. Hence why I don't really understand why it's called the Grand Platypus Open when really it's more of a regional.